Hello class, and today we will be returning to the lower undead berg where I will show you the entrance to the depths. I sped up this bit because I got really tired of all the long, boring walks to places we've already been. So, just to save you guys some time, I sped up this bit by about 2x. So, to save you guys some time there. You can see, and this part's my least favorite. You just gotta run down this hallway for a really long time. So just keep running and running. And here we are. So now we run down the stairs. Don't forget to kill this guy. And keep running. Here we are. Now then back in the lower undead berg. So over here is a large soul of a lost undead. We're gonna get a bunch of soul items in this. Anyway, here's the key to the depths, and here we go. This is probably gonna be my longest video yet because we decided I'm going to do them area by area because there's just no good stopping points before that. So unless there is a good stopping point that's like around 20 or 30 minutes, then I'm just going to do the entire area. Speed up a few bits to save you guys some time. So I'll try to keep them around 30 minutes from here. So anyway, go ahead and run back here. Break this barrel and grab another soul item. And we're gonna need we're gonna get a lot of souls here, so. Alright, so here you go. There's a door here, it's kinda hard to miss. As you can see, just landing on enemies does some damage, but the plunging attack is what really makes it happen. It also works kinda like a kick in that it staggers enemies. So there you go. There's the few of the torch guys again. Remember them with their flurry attacks that kill you instantly and stuff. Don't need to worry, I don't screw up at all here in this video. I actually don't die once here. So I feel like a winner now. Anyway. Once you're done with that, go ahead and run down these stairs. Here. And kill a few of the undead dogs that were in the berg. And there is a butcher. There are a grand total of 2 of him in the game. One of them's later in this area. So this guy's kind of like a Black Knight, kind of like one of the enemies in Blightown. It's very heavy attacks, pretty easy to dodge and block, and he's quite simple to backstab. So if you time it right, you can get heavy attack in before he really gets back up. Although this doesn't quite all the way kill him with a +5 Zweihander. Although this will soon be remedied with the large ember. This allows, once you give into Entree, it allows you to level up your weapons to +6 and to +10 with large Titanium shards. And there's a shortcut area down to later in the area, but we'll be back there later because it actually skips a large chunk of the this area. Hence, since this is a walkthrough, I plan to show you every possible route. So this place is, I'm not quite sure why they just couldn't make the ceiling a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but well, so developers do what developers do. So up here and in here, this is where you can find the pyromancer dude. So this guy will sell you pyromancies along with giving you a free pyromancy flame. He'll appear back at Firelink. So I'm not entirely sure what her is, but most pyromancies come from the Great Swamp, which I believe might be Blightown, but it's probably some area out of. It's probably some area that's outside of Lordran. So anyway, he'll show up back at Firelink, and you can buy some fairly basic pyromancies from him. So here's the other butcher, if you heard him in the background. He'll show up behind me when I'm not looking. There you go. So just go ahead and wait. Dodge his attacks or whatever you're gonna do. As you can see, he's kind of hard to stagger, but just get a few good hits in with your backstabs and stuff, and he'll be gone. And just time your attacks properly, and he'll be dead. Now this is a sack. Sacks are head armor, can be traded to the person at the Firelink Shrine, the Snuggly the Crow, I believe she's called. It's not all that good head armor as to be expected, but it's there. So up there, if you can just barely see it as a slime, if they fall on your head, they start leeching away at your health like nothing else. There's actually a lot of those kinds of attacks in this game. As you can see, I'm stuck against the wall here. This is getting kind of annoying. There. Alright, so these guys, once on the ground, they take a lot of effort to kill, but they don't really have that many damaging attacks. It's either 4 heavy attacks or 6 light attacks. It really gets annoying after a while. Especially because the next hallway is full of them. There's like 6 of them. Anyway, so go and grab a soul item here. So it is a nice place to grind because they do drop large titanite shards and green titanite shards if you're lucky. So maybe stock up on humanity, do some grinding, because in the next video we will be showing you guys the blacksmiths and I think fire upgrades maybe if I get to it. So anyway, if you walk slowly enough, these guys actually drop before you get there. As you can see, 3 attacks, about half his health. So, and there we go. It's worn down. As you probably could have guessed, if you get them in a large group, you can hit most of them with area of effect attacks and stuff. But I didn't quite manage to do that with these guys. Missed one. As you see, this attack doesn't have my locked on target, which is kind of annoying. That's one of their attacks. Doesn't take much health at all, but it's there, and it can get annoying. Especially because these guys take so long to kill. There. 2 and 1. So, yeah, as I said earlier, these guys can drop upgrade materials, so I would recommend grinding some, but not too long, because your durability goes away like nothing else. So, if you do choose to grind a bit, you could perhaps do some co-op if you wanted to. I don't know. I had a character who sat here for hours waiting for someone to summon. Anyway. So there's another of the torch guys. Not entirely sure why I was walking there. So anyway, the master key. Be very, very happy you picked this gift. It will come in handy later. If you hadn't, you would have to go further in the area to get the key to this room. And here's the bonfire. Hallelujah. So let's go ahead and put one of our points in vitality. These are the only 2 stats we'll be leveling up for the rest of the game, so you don't need to worry about any of that. So let's go ahead and as you can see, even when you miss, the force of your impact forces them to go down anyway. So there's a giant rat. We'll fight him later. And then this is a shortcut. So it's pretty nice. It leads right back to the bonfire area. So anyway, run through here. I'll come out in this neat little hallway. These rats are very simple to kill. As you can see, I got 2 in 1 hit. Actually 3 probably. This is the Great Axe. It requires quite a bit of strength to use, but it's kind of nice, I guess. It does have some pretty nice base damage. There are better weapons, but it's pretty nice. So, but as you probably could have guessed, we're sticking with this Zweihander because of its higher base damage. As you can see, the rats do come out of the boxes. Some of them at least. So you're going to want to watch out for that in later areas because sometimes there's 2 at once and stuff. So anyway, just kill a few rats. And dead. So now you go and grab the steward chamber key here. That is what you would normally be using to enter the area. So I don't need to worry about that area over there. If you saw one, it's not there. The Soul of the Nameless Soldier. And over there is the Channeler. There is more than just one. This is me thinking that I saw an extra path. This place can be a little bit illusionary at times. So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead and run up here. Traverse the white light and be ready to fight 3 giant rats in a channeler. So, while he's doing his dance, give him one good thwacking. And that was really easy. So normally they'd be harder because they can teleport and stuff. You can see even the rats use ragdoll physics in their spare time. So there. Sometimes I think your weapons are a little bit overpowered, but, well, there we go. So anyway, here's 2 more rats in boxes, I think. Ooh, frame rate drops. These places are notorious for this. Anyway. These boxes don't actually have anything, they're just there to scare you. And back here is a large titanite shard. So lucky us, now if we return to the blacksmith, we can actually use that large ember and upgrade our Zweihander to +6 finally. So yeah. Here's this guy. Go ahead and kill him. No more rats in boxes in this one either. So no illusionary walls either. So this place is very labyrinthian. If you fall down one of those waterfalls, you will land directly into an area full of basilisks, which can curse you, killing you instantly and permanently removing half of your health. So I would not recommend falling, because it would really screw you over. So we will be entering that area later, but not right now. So go ahead and grab a soul of a nameless soldier. And carefully up here in case there's any more pits. No? Okay. Here is Mr. Giant Rat. I actually spent a long time on this fight. Probably should have sped it up, but... well, here we are. This guy is actually probably really challenging. The only problem I have with him is that he just doesn't leave any openings. So like right there, if I had let go of my shield, I would have taken damage. I did there. So this guy can get really annoying at times, but luckily after this I figured out you can stagger him with our attack. So just don't let this guy scare you. It is possible to beat him. He's only a bigger version of the rats, and he doesn't respawn either. So there, that was easy. There's a soul item. He always drops a humanity, which is a common drop of many other rats. So there's the sewer chamber dude. So when you see this waterfall, do not go down the middle. You want to go down as far left as you can, because there is actually a little path on there that leads you right here. There's more slimes. They take 4 heavy attacks to kill. It really gets annoying after a while, trust me. Especially after you've had a character doing it for hours. Anyway, 4 heavy attacks, that one's down. And I'm gonna go show you guys the shortcut. If you remember earlier, I went down a ladder and showed you a closed door. Here it is. So go ahead and run up here and to the ladder. This is the most common route to this area from the bonfire. So anyway, go ahead and run down here and rest at this bonfire. We have enough souls to put another point in endurance. But firstly, I'm gonna look for anything we can reinforce. Not yet, no. So let's go ahead and repair our equipment. As you can see, this Zweihander and our armor has been taking some beating recently. It's good to keep your armor fully upgraded. So I sped up this bit, basically where I'm just storing everything. Probably could have sped it up a little faster, but basically I just put away everything we're not going to use later. So, yeah. So, there's a bunch of kind of cool sped up menu sound effects here if you listen. So basically there's actually a lot of weapons we won't be using later. So, yeah, it's good to clear up your inventory from all those drops we've been getting. So keep the thief armor just to have a light armor set, and the crimson set because it's the crimson set. So there. And now we're done with the bottomless box. I'm gonna consume one of these souls so we can level up. If we consume the rest of them, probably could have leveled up again. It's like 6,000 souls now, so. And even with another point in endurance, we still can't roll fast enough. So anyway, get rid of him and we'll head down to the shortcut now. I believe it is time to show you guys Actually, first we have something to do. Remember I showed you guys the shortcut drop thing earlier? We're gonna go do that now. I probably could have sped up this too, but well, it's here and it's all in all its normality, so don't worry about it too much. So here we go, up the stairs, back right to the beginning of the depths. Yeah, I really should have sped this up. Oh well. So here we go. This guy... This area gets really annoying, especially if you don't have the rusted iron ring. If you weren't wearing the rusted iron ring right now, you would be walking at half speed pretty much. Your normal walk would be walking as if you were sneaking. And your run would be as if you were doing that right there, a jogging thing. Which would not be very fast at all, especially when you're doing combat with these guys who go everywhere really fast. So, and there, finally. Now that we're back at the beginning, it's time to go show you guys the shortcut thing. Now, a neat little tidbit, if you don't want to fight the giant rat head on, you can, from here, plunging attack him. This is his area here. If you had come in here earlier, you would have seen the giant rat dude there, and you would be able to plunging attack him after you grab this item, which I highly recommend. This is the spider shield. It is the bandit starting shield, and has a very nice resistance to poison effect, along with not that low stability. And it's a better resistances than the Balder shield. So it completely resists any poison damage blocked with it. So if we can, I believe we are going to head back to the blacksmiths while we're turning in the large ember and leveling up our Zweihander a bit. We will also be leveling up the spider shield, so it's better than the Balder shield, and we'll be using it in Blightown specifically. Here's more slimes. These guys are just take patience. So anyway, there are some more slimes in this area, but just don't worry about it too much as long as you don't go to the left side. So just keep attacking. They don't really have anything to block, so you don't have to worry about that. Even fat rolls will be able to dodge most of these guys' attacks. So there, and there, and there. Now he's finally dead. There should be a slime up there, but you don't need to worry about it too much, especially if you don't go there. Anyway, so run down here, we're going to show you guys the basilisks now. They look really creepy, and they spew smoke which curses you. It really does get quite annoying, but luckily we bought a few purging stones earlier, if you remember that. If you didn't, don't worry too much. It is possible to go through this entire zone without getting cursed. And it's also possible to get through the entire game of Dark Souls without getting hit. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, here's one of the let-out areas, and there's the basilisks. They have many attacks, most of which rely on curse smoke. We saw there I had a little status indicator that said curses inching up little by little. If it hits the top, you instantly die and permanently lose half of your health bar, unless you use a purging stone or have your curse healed by someone who knows how. So just it's kind of a maze here too. So lucky for us, you can actually attack these guys through the fences, which I'm trying to do. It doesn't work very well, but they can't attack us through the fences. So there. It's one down. There's like 10 more to go probably. These guys do take a lot of effort to kill. Although, no, not really. It just requires that you remain vigilant of your surroundings. If you know where the smoke is and you stay away from it, you'll be good. They kind of look like frogs, which is why on the forums they are referred to as curse frogs by people who don't go to wikis and look stuff up like me. So anyway, don't go down there quite yet. Actually do, but be very aware. There's a fight with 5 basilisks waiting for you. Trust me, you do not want to get in the middle of that smoke. There will be instant death for you. So, as you can see the curse meter at the bottom. You can't go human when you're cursed either, I believe, or collect any humanities. So just keep in mind where the smoke's going to be, and just stay out of it. It's pretty simple, actually. But if you mess up, you're dead. So always keep that in mind. Anyway, that was the majority of the basilisks in this area, although there are a couple more. So I'll run through here. As you can see, there's 2 more. I got 1 hit. His Zweihander skills. As you can see through this corridor is the Ring of the Evil Eye over here. This is a pretty nice ring. Basically, whenever you kill someone, it regenerates a bit of your health. Switch it up for the wolf ring for this area, just to show you guys how it works. It's pretty nice, but it becomes almost obsolete later in the game when the enemies are really hard to kill, and it regenerates like a centimeter of your health. So you really don't need to have it on all the time. It's usually only a good ring for this area, or maybe Blightown. For Blightown, I would recommend the Rusted Iron Ring and the Poison Bite Ring if you have it. So, anyway, run down here. And just keep running. So that's it for the Basilisk area. I believe I'm going to show you guys the door to Blightown now. Although we can't open it yet because we haven't beat the boss of this area, the Gaping Dragon. Bunch of dead rats with really weird ragdoll positions. So anyway, the door over here, which leads to Blightown, as you can see to the left there, there's the door. So this guy's a peddler of sorts. He sells you the boss armor sets of the bosses you've beat, if applicable. He also sells you some ammo and his own personal set, which isn't all that great. He does either the prayer or the joy gesture, depending on who you are, really. If you're the knight or the cleric, you would start with the prayer gesture, which I switched out early on. So I'm going to switch the point up to the joy gesture, and yeah, it's going to be my end boss thing now. So I'll go ahead and run through here. I believe I'm going to show you guys some of the NPC phantoms and such now. There is one known as Knight Kirk, which I will show you. He spawns at the beginning of the Basilisk area if you go there while in human form. Basically, his armor set allows you to damage people simply by rolling into them. So if you want his armor set, you're going to have to kill him every time you see him before you kill the boss. So you're going to have to be vigilant in the Blightown and Blightown further on areas of Lost Isolith and the Demon Ruins and stuff. So we're going to equip another humanity here, and we're going to kindle the bonfire while we're in human form, because why not? So there's our humanity, and then here's our extra 5 Estus flasks. And here we go. So let's run down to the Basilisk area and show you guys Knight Kirk. And we're gonna level up a bit too when we have these soul items and a few extra souls. And we're probably gonna need a couple of these too. That should be enough. Yeah, put another point of vitality. So this build will focus on doing elemental damage, in case you guys didn't know. So what we'll be doing is we'll be just like using like lightning powered Zweihanders. I actually had another idea that we could have this build be a two-form build. Here we would have another lightish armor set, and we would have a fire-powered great scythe as our main weapon. Of course, the shield would probably be the same. So, just so you guys know, it'd be nice to experiment and show you guys all the glory of Dark Souls, so you'll be able to experience stat scaling with this build. But it doesn't particularly matter all that much. Stat scaling doesn't add all that much unless your weapon has like a very high letter. You're gonna have to go for a while here. He should spawn after I kill this first basilisk here. So, wait for it. There. As you can see, the curse meter is going up. And there's Kirk. So here we are. He'll come around this corner in a minute now. He's fat rolling with his armor that can damage you by rolling. He also has a weaponish shield, I believe, which you can bash with, and a sword that does bleeding damage, which we will get after this fight. NPC phantoms tend to drop items specific to them. I believe next time we will be getting a shield. So there we go. And dead. So all Black Phantom invaders, when you kill them, drop a remaining power of Dark Spirit, which gives you a humanity, along with a few extra souls. There's the barbed straight sword. So let's go ahead and show you guys that. Basically, it's a pretty simple sword that has bleeding. So there it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and run to the boss now. So yeah, I've had that slime up on the roof there fall on me once. It was a little shocking because I actually hadn't noticed it before. Anyway. And I really need to work on judging my distance with this thing. Anyway, as you can see, we have more than enough souls to level up, but I'm not going to waste your time heading back to the bonfire again. So there's the boss fight area. It's very large and expansive, which is good for the boss we will be fighting. He is, after all, a dragon. So we're actually going to need to summon 2 NPC phantoms, the maximum amount of total helpful phantoms that you can summon at one time. Larchek and Solaire help you with this fight. Larchek, in my opinion, isn't all that good because he doesn't use a shield, he doesn't have any spells or anything. Solaire, in my opinion, is better because he has a lightning spell and a shield. And overall, he's a little more aggressive. Of course, this also means the enemies will be going for him. So go ahead and equip the wolf ring because the other rings are pretty much useless here. So there's a heavy crossbow and some heavy bolts. I think that will be our ranged weapon until we get the Avalon. There's Lortrek. We have to wait for him to be summoned before we can summon anyone else. Well, the NPC summon signs are always there. Unless you're in hollow form, of course. You don't need to worry about them glitching out from games when it was live. So there's Lortrek. He's helping you here, but... So that reminds me, in the previous video I should have put an annotation now. But basically, I was wrong. Lortrek did not disappear from my game. He actually disappears on his own in the normal game without it being corrupted to go do his evil work stuff. So here I sped up the boss like 3x because it was a really long and tedious boss fight. So I spared you guys some of the agony of sitting through this whole fight where I do a smidgen of self, which is hit. And now this music sounds like circus music. Anyway, there's the warrior starting armor. So anyway, just hack at his tail a bit. Keep hacking. Hack away. There. Dragon King Great Axe. I'll show you guys that at the end. So he has a lot of very damaging attacks that are easy to dodge. Right now he's eating Lortrek. I don't quite know why he does that, but it might be because if he successfully grabs you there or something. As you can see, his tail swipe there would have been really deadly. His favorite attack, I think, in this video is just jumping up in the air and just smashing down. He does that like 20 times total. So as you can see, he just got rid of Solaire, and he does a vomit attack. You might be wondering why do we dodge that. It doesn't do much damage at all, but it severely reduces your weapon durability. So you're going to need to watch out for that. So you do not want to be in front of this guy, because he can vomit on you, he can do his face slam attack where he just slams his entire face on you. Or mouth, but I don't know. Spamming his jump attack here, it gets really annoying. So, see, we've almost got him down. And Lortrek's still alive, surprisingly enough. I don't think he will be for much longer. There, Lortrek is just killed. So, he's gonna love his spam attacks since I'm circling him. He's vomiting again, but you know what? I don't care. There. Yeah. Beat the boss. Got the Blightown key, as well as a Twin Humanities and a Homeward Bone, along with 25,000 souls or something. Yeah, it's a lot. So there's a heavy crossbow. We're gonna go ahead and put that there, along with the heavy bolts we got. No real reason, just to have bolts. And luckily, we can still roll with it on. So overall, the standard set, it's a little worse, but it's just a little lighter. Overall, it's not terribly good. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip this ring back. And yeah, I would head back to the Depths bonfire and show you guys stuff, but well, in all honesty, that would take too long, and this video stretched on for quite a while now anyway. So that's it for now. Class is dismissed. Have a good day, everybody.